how much would you say that you lost?
When my first business venture lost me $240,000.
How can the barber start credit if they're getting paid cash, they barely have 1 year fresh out of barber school? How can they start credit? What's your best recommendation?
So when somebody comes to me, they gotta have their personal credit built up already. So
bro, the homie that's coming, he could get us 50, 50, 50. And I told him 50, 50, 50, 50, 200K. Let's go. They not ready. DTB, KO, season 2. What we about to do?
Let me put you on. Trust the God that put that dream in your heart.
You know the government's really a game.
Things I appreciate most is what you guys do for the culture,
I just got a positive vibe today, bro.
I'm on my Cat Williams. Do I got to call out names right now? Do I got to call?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Diego Mendoza, host of the DTB podcast. This is officially season 2, episode 1. If you don't know what our podcast is about entrepreneurship. It's about wealth, life, personal development, and faith.
What's up, DTB fam? It feels great. It's season 2, episode 1, and we couldn't start it off with nobody better than one of Santa Ana's greatest 6-figure barber for 7 years, 4-year entrepreneur, business funding guru, and credit repair king. We got Endy Fades in the house. Let's go.
A lot of energy. What's up, guys? My name's Endy Alvarado. Like they said, I do business funding, credit repair, but I've been a barber for 7 years and I still cut hair right now. It's hard to let go of those $10,000 months, you know?
Yeah. But I always tell somebody you need a source of income to fund your dream.
100%.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of people have gotten it wrong right now, that they want to leave barbering completely and be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to cut hair and I'll start my dreams, I'll start my projects, I'll start this company. But you need a source of funding, right? Of capital.
100%. That was a mistake for me. I stopped barbering for a bit. Luckily, I was blessed to come back and I still had the same traction. But like some people can stop and then that traction is gone. You know, some of us are making 10, 12. And if we stop that and we try to do it again,
yeah, it gets harder, right?
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Endy, for being here today. Today we want you to share your story. We want to share your knowledge with the audience. I was telling you guys off camera how I drive every day through the freeway and I see the Mega Million and the Powerball, right? And someone won the Powerball because I was telling Baloo about it, and I told Baloo, hey, let's play. Like, if for the next 50 years you buy a ticket every day, who knows if you can win? You know, you wouldn't mind that money falling on your laps. But I was just like, what would you do with $258 million, right? What would you do with $20 million? You know, so KO, let's break it down super simple. Since we have Endy, let's start with Endy. If you even had $1 million, Endy, right now, how will you allocate that money? Will you, obviously $1 million, we know after Uncle Sam takes his piece, probably left with like 600K.
yeah, like 600.
So what are you doing?
Sure.
What are you doing with that in the terms of business?
I'm putting everything into real estate. I'm probably putting everything in out of state houses that cost like $80,000. Every single dollar into that, and I'm just getting all that cash flow for sure.
But you have to do research. Right? You do some research.
You gotta you gotta pay for a mentor. You know, hey, I know you do this. I'll pay you $50,000 to teach me, and then just throw all of it in there, and then passive income for sure. I think about this every day.
I think about it every day.
Is that like the number one thing for people to do that have that get that source of money, whether they hit a jackpot in Vegas or anything like that? Is like the first thing they say. I hear it a lot. Is like real estate. It's like the getaway, financial freedom getaway, or what?
100%. A lot of people think like, oh, I'll go buy a house, but if you buy a house, now you have property taxes every year. So like, let's say you buy a $1 million house, can you afford $1 million worth of property taxes?
Yeah,
probably not. But if you go and you spend $600,000 on 6 different houses that cost you $100,000, and you're netting money every month on that, you know, you're making money every month.
Yeah, I think the key, KO, is that getting the mentor too. Like, because you could easily be like, oh, I got the money, I'll go buy the houses, but you never had a mentor to guide you. Then you're just gonna lose all that money because you could buy a property that doesn't even give you that monthly rent. You know,
so a house that actually making you pay every month.
Yeah.
Or
correct.
something happens and you put it under your name and someone's like, oh, he has money, I'm going to sue him.
Yeah.
Now they take your houses.
Yeah, so I feel like
That's
the key
crazy.
will be the mentor, you know. And I want to start out with that question because now it's like, Andy, you get people funded, business funded up to 50K or up to more, right?
Yeah, that's
now,
up to 100,000.
I think the principles are the same. If you get $1 million, right, and you learn how to manage this money, the same mindset has to be with 50K,
100%.
right? So how will you? Can you turn 50K into $1 million, Andy?
You could. I mean, I'm trying to do it right now, but it's the same thing. You need guidance. When I first got my 50K, the first thing I did was get a mentor. So I paid to learn how to do the funding thing. I paid 50,000.
To learn how to do the funding thing?
Yeah, to learn how to do the funding thing,
Damn.
I paid $50,000. And I mean, we made it back in 6 months. We made everything back. We made some
Profit.
We made some profit, but if I can go back also, like when I first started my entrepreneurship, I lost so much money, guys.
Damn, how much would you say that you lost?
When my first business venture lost me $240,000.
No way. How old are you, Andy?
I was 22.
22. And
Like 21, 22, yeah. 21, 22, and I lost $240,000.
What you do? You bought the wrong house?
Nah, I didn't even do real estate. I was trying to do that fast money stuff, you know, like, oh, you know what? I need money coming in fast. You know, I try to start like a little sports betting, gambling operation, and the reason that one lost was because I was giving out too much money. Like I had some investors and I was giving out too much money. Like now my mentor, like he didn't know me back then, and he would tell me, he's like, hey, don't be giving out that much money. You're stupid. Don't be giving out that much money.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be eating into your profits. And I mean, he was right.
Hey,
So how are you giving these people money? Like, they just like win it off of you, off,
Yeah, so,
off
like-
different things?
So it'd be like, oh, you know what? My operation's working with myself. If you want to come and make money with me, I'll give you 8% a month. So let's say they come in with $10,000, I'm giving them $800 a month while using their money to run my same operation. So like 8% a month might not seem like a lot, but it's 96% a year. So like most investments only give you 10 to 15% a year.
Yeah,
I was
correct.
giving out 96% a year.
Damn,
Shit.
that was a lot.
So I'm just giving out money. So we're making money, but I'm giving out so much that when one mistake happens, you're out.
You're out. Damn.
So one, like a few mistakes happened, and luckily I had barbering to back me up. But once one big mistake happened, I was out.
Okay, and then at that point, were you doing business with the full knowledge of business or not yet? You were just dibbling and dabbling, right?
I was just dibbling, dabbling.
And I'm glad that you say that because a lot of barbers are afraid of losing money. And like now that we know it's an investment, right? It's an investment gone wrong. We didn't lose the money. We just did a bad investment. But overall, I lost like 20,000.
And
Yeah.
and that's a lot
And
too, bro. That's a lot.
That's a lot, right? But 240,000, I'm like, bro, you lost 240,000.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lost 20,000. I almost committed suicide, bro. I didn't know what to do. You know?
Business is hard.
Yeah.
Business is freaking hard. You
Yeah,
know?
it's hard. It's hard. That's what I was saying. Like some barbers are like, oh, I lost 1,000 on this class and they didn't even give me nothing. Like, bro, you're chilling. You're chilling.
And that's like personal development, like that.
Yeah, that's like
He probably
personal-
learned something you just hate.
Yeah, correct. So then, Andy, walk us through those steps. Of how do you actually get someone funded? How let's say a barber comes, he has 2 years in the business, and now he wants to get funded. How when he comes to you, what are the services and the steps that you guide him through it?
Yeah, so when somebody comes to me, they gotta have their personal credit built up already. So,
Okay.
like for barbers, a lot of us don't start our credit, so that's kind of the bad thing. But there are some barbers who do start their credit, and they come to me and they're like, "Hey, I want to get funding to open up my barbershop."
Yeah, how can the barber start credit if they're getting paid cash? They barely have 1 year fresh off of barber school. How can they start credit? What's your best recommendation?
So there's two things you could do. You could do one's called self, and that's like, it's like a loan to build your credit. So you're paying self every month a payment, and once you finish paying that off, they give you back the money, and they're reporting to the credit bureaus every month. Hey, he made his payment. Hey, he made his payment. Hey, he made his payment. So you're building perfect payment history, and it's like a savings account.
Oh, so it's like when I went once and told me, oh, we'll open you a credit line, but with your money, and I was like, doesn't even make sense. What do you mean? I'm
Like,
here
yeah,
for
I need the
your-
money
I'm
now.
here for your money, and they're like, no, you have to deposit 300 first, use those 300, pay them back, but it's your money. That's exactly what you're
It's the
talking
exact same thing. And you
Okay.
know, all of us, when we hear that, we're like, what the hell? I don't want that.
about. Yeah. For
but,
real.
but you need to do it. You need to do it because that's how you start the relationship with the banks.
Yeah, correct. So then they start you getting the credit by paying their own money that they're using for the credit line. Once they start building it up, now what do you recommend?
Now, once you start building it up, like you do that, then you open up a regular bank account, and then you open up one with your bank account. So, like, let's say you have Chase, you go and apply one with Chase because that's who you have. So you already have that relationship, so you have a higher rate of getting approved. Another thing you could do, and this is for barbers, go get the earrings, finance them. Go get your rims, finance them. Build that credit. Just don't miss your payment, because I know most people want to get their. They want to get their diamonds.
You know, it was funny. One day I went to go get new tires for my car, and then I just wanted like 2, and they were like, "Hey, you could get all 4 on credit." I was like, "Nah, you're lying." And I already had good credit, so I was like, "Man, give me those ASAP." They're like, "You want to check if you qualify?" Like, I already know I'm gonna qualify. Give me the 4 Goodyear tires, and it was cool. It was cool.
I did the same thing.
It was dope.
I did the same thing for my rims back when I had a Beamer. I financed them. I think you had to hit like until like 6 months. After 6 months, it was interest, so then I paid it off. But
that works your credit too.
That helps build your credit.
Okay.
I did the total opposite, bro. I had my car. I drove it into La Corazao. I got my new sound speaker. All day, never paid it, bro. I was 18 years old, bro.
And you know
19
what's
years
funny?
old.
Curacao is probably the biggest. Like when I'm doing credit repair, I see it all the time.
Everyone?
5 years, 6
For
years
sure,
ago,
bro.
4 years ago, everybody has Curacao in their collections.
Why they accept anybody?
I guess so, bro. But like, I remember like 4 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago, like we used to see those commercials all the time. Like, come get this finance, 0 down. Like,
Especially during the holidays, like everybody's up there trying to get credit.
I didn't know as a little kid, but now as I'm older, their interest is really high, right?
Yeah.
That's why they'll accept anybody, but the interest is just super, super high, huh?
yeah, but Curacao is definitely the one credit collector that I see all the time. It's so funny. I'm like, damn, everybody, Curacao got everybody.
Yeah. I remember once I went to college, I went to go open it. I opened my first credit card with Bank of America, and then I went to go straight to Macy's, and they're like, "Oh no, you got rejected." And I talked to some people like, "Now you can't go just from 500 limit with Bank of America to a Macy's. Like you got to go to like JCPenney or go to like a little Forever 21, like something like that." So then I was like, "All right, let me do Forever 21, bro." So I do Forever 21, then I'm like, "Okay, Banana Republic, boom." The day I go to I didn't even want Macy's no more. I don't even want Macy's no more. I want Best Buy, bro. Like I want to buy more equipment, bro. And yeah, they accepted me like that too. But the first time I went to Best Buy, they didn't. But that's how I started building my credit slowly but surely through just clothes and gas. I'll pay my gas with my credit card and then just pay back, you know. So then where does the barber have to have his credit? What's the score to be able to get your services?
So to be able to get 50,000 and above, you need to have a 720 credit score. Your credit utilization needs to be under 20%. So like, let's say you have a $5,000 credit limit. You can't owe more than $1,000 when we're gonna apply. Like if you owe $4,000, a lot of barbers can just pay that off. Like, hey, I'll pay it off and then we can apply. And then you need to have a credit average age of at least 2 years. So
Okay.
So you can have. That just means your average age needs to be 2 years. So you can have one card for 4 years and then one card for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then that averages off to 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. That's the thing. The credit average for me is really important. It's something that I try to talk to my clients because they don't really understand that. Some of them be like, "Oh, I have a 800 credit score," or like a 730, and they're like, "How long do you have with your credit?" Like, "Oh, 6 months." I'm like, "Well, yeah, obviously you can have a 730, 740, but even though you have a 720, because the credit average is not like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you don't get the best deal." So can you explain that? How do they calculate the average?
So they just do the math. So like they say, all right, you have 3 cards. One of them's 10 years, one of them's 6 years, one of them's 2 years, and they just do the average.
They just do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the healthiest thing to do is when you're applying for anything is 2 years average age. If you
Okay.
have 2 years of average credit age, you have a really good chance of getting approved. And then the last thing they need is a credit limit of at least 5,000.
Already pre-existing.
Yeah, so you already have to have a credit limit of at least 5,000, and with those 4 things, and then no negative items, so no collections, no late payments. You can have late payments, but no collections. With those few things, we can get you $50,000. So like we have one client, he only had $5,000, and now we got him $62,000, and everything's on the business side.
Yeah. So then I was gonna ask you that too. So when the person goes and opens a business funding account, that doesn't affect their own personal credit, right? Is that a question that you get a lot? Like,
It's my favorite question because I can be like, you know what? Some people are like, oh, if I use my credit, as soon as I use all of it, it goes down. And I'm like, yes, because you're using your personal credit. But if we get you a business credit card and you max it out, it does not reflect on your personal credit utilization. So your credit score will stay the same. Yeah, so that's like my favorite thing to tell
yeah.
people.
And so then, correct me if I'm wrong, but after you do that, right? Let's say you can't pay those 50,000 back, right? Because I don't know, that would be one of my concerns. Like, hey, what if they give? It's like students who go to college and be like, oh, well, I don't know why you guys gave me 100K. Like, you guys knew I wasn't gonna be able to pay it back. You know, it's like, that's your fault. You know? That's not my fault. I think it's similar to that, to the business funding. Is like, well, y'all gave me 50K. Yeah, I should have known better than not giving 50K, right?
Yeah,
I'm just like using hypotheticals, you know. But what happens if you don't pay him back?
It's the same thing with anything else. They just start email blasting you. They're like, hey, you owe us money. Luckily, it doesn't tank your credit because it's on the business side, so that's cool. Don't go and do that, but it's great. But it's cool, you know, like it's on the business side, so your personal credit still stays really strong, really healthy. But it's like anything else. They're just emailing you, hey, let's settle this. Hey, you owe us 50,000. Let's settle this. And whenever you go and apply for other business things, obviously you're like,
Oh, it's gonna come out, right?
yeah, it won't come out when you're doing personal stuff, but when you're trying to do more business stuff, like, hey, I don't want to give you more money. You didn't pay Chase 50,000.
Oh.
Yeah, so
But at that point, can you go bankrupt or no?
you could go bankrupt.
You could go bankrupt.
Yeah, you can just go bankrupt and like, hey, I lost. Sorry.
I lost money. I'm sorry.
But
I'm going
it's
bankrupt.
super common. Like all my mentors went bankrupt. All my mentors went bankrupt, and now they're all fucking millionaires. One of them went bankrupt at 22, and he owns a yacht now.
Yeah, and
crazy.
because I was telling people this, okay, like once you have that money, right, and we're in a capitalistic country, right? America was created in capitalism, and I was hearing this story of like Israel, right? Israel already has 70 years of existence, but what the prime minister did was that he made people get funded. So if you need it funded for like, oh, I need to build more infrastructure, here, funding. So you invest the money into it, and this made the country grow richer quicker, right? So similar to the U.S., we get funded. There's a lot of business funding, and what I feel like it does to us is like we take action without fear.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're letting you borrow the money, right? If you want to do things right, you want to pay it back. But if you don't pay it back, you can go bankrupt, but at least I'm going to take the risk.
Yeah.
I'm going to move with more certainty. I'm not going to move with fear, you know? Cause
Yeah, it's a big difference when you're moving with like, oh, you know, I have the money to do what I want to do, and I have the money in case something happens, because something's always gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you know, what's a $10,000 charge when you got 50,000 sitting?
Sitting down in the back.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, let's do it. You know, but you know what's the funny thing? You know how I lost a 240? I
Yeah.
wish I could have filed for bankruptcy, but it was like verbal agreements, like.
Oh, you owed people money?
Yeah, I owed some people money. Like to this day, I'm still paying that off. But if I went, like,
Damn.
let's say it was like the bank's money, I could have just defaulted, and my mentors would have told me just default, declare bankrupt, and rebuild. But
Yeah.
now
yeah.
I'm just like, all right, you know what?
Now you do everything legal.
now I do everything legal. Everything's through the banks. Everything's like LLC. Everything's in the book. So like, in case I ever do need to default, I could default. But
Yeah.
like the first time, no, I gotta pay everything back.
Dope. Andy, so walk us through the creation of Oasis Capital. When did you get that spark of like, hey, you know what? I want to help people with their businesses. I want to know how barbers and specifically. When did that come? When did that spark come to you? And then walk us through the journey of it.
So I had so as soon as after that first business, I started another business. I did Pushin'. It's a cannabis brand. Right now we're kind of shifting it to more clothing, hat stuff. But we were doing that, and that one was really good. And then it's cannabis, so a lot of things could go wrong.
You started that before Oasis?
Yeah, I started that before Oasis. So
okay.
a lot of things could go wrong.
Pushing, right?
Pushing worldwide.
Okay.
So-
I think I seen that somewhere, bro.
we went. He was at Alex Cuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that, and that was doing pretty well. But expenses were high, and we ship out a lot of stuff. So we ended up shipping out 2 things that got just like they just like confiscated it. So like we lost like like $90,000.
Damn.
Yeah, so we were like, oh my god. And this was after losing
Like
240.
you guys it got robbed. Like the shipment didn't make
the
it, or what
shipment
was
did
it?
not make it. Yeah, like that. The
And
shipment.
so somebody intercepted the shipment. They knew it was coming, and
Yeah. And it was just like,
Shit.
yeah, and I was like, oh my
Damn,
my days.
that could happen a lot right
yeah,
there.
it does
huh?
happen a lot. And we're like, and it was,
it's an inside job.
I mean, shit, it could have been, but we don't know. We don't know. It could have been.
Yeah.
It was 2 packages back to back, and we were just like, damn, 90,000 gone. And it wasn't 90,000 in packages, but it was like one package was really big. It was like almost 30,000, and then the second package was fronted work, and then we had to pay that, and then they charged us double for taking so long to pay it back because we had to do both. Yeah.
Damn.
So then after that, I'm talking to my mentor, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, all right, I gotta cover this. And he's like, oh, you know what? And he had been telling me about this for years, but I always had barbering in the back of my pocket, like I don't need to do it. I can grind it out and make $12,000 a month,
Yeah.
But the problems were so big now, and we're like, oh, all right, so what do we do? He gets me, he tells me about the funding, and I do the funding with me, my girl, and my buddy, and we get 150. We get 150,000, super easy. Fix the problems, pay everything off, start the operations, and we're like, okay, cool. And then I was like, damn, that was super easy. I was like, what the hell? Like, that was super easy.
You're over here killing yourself to forget. You know what's funny? Before you came, I was telling the audio engineer, I was like, bro, the homie that's coming, he could get us 50, 50, 50. And I told him, 50, 50, 50, 50, 200K. I'm like,
No,
what can we do with 200K?
No, literally, and you can do a lot. But
Yeah.
I did it, and then after that, I was like, all right, that was cool. That was like awesome. And then I was like, I'm gonna tell my people, I'm like, hey, I just got 50,000. You guys should go get 50,000. So I sent him 9 clients instantly. Like right after I did 3, I sent him 9 clients. So I think I got paid $800 per referral. So 9 times 8, what's that like?
7.2.
7,200. So I made
7,200.
7,200 in commission. So I was like, oh, nice. I just made 7,200. That's super cool. And then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. I sent him 9. I did 3. That's 12. It's you make at least, everybody got over 50. So he made at least $5,000 off each client take home. So he made $60,000, $60,000 profit in like a span of 2 months.
Damn.
So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, damn, this is how you got, this is how they're making legal money?
No, literally, I was like, what? I was like, bro, what? I was like, everybody has this problem. I was like, everybody needs more money.
Yeah.
So then after, I was like, hey, like, put me on, bro. And he had been telling me about this for 2 years. So he kind of was telling me about it. And I'm like, I'm hard-headed, bro. Like, you gotta listen to people who are doing better than you.
Yeah, correct.
And I wasn't listening. And I could do it myself. It's part of the journey. I'll grind it out.
I'll figure it out through YouTube and all that.
But get a mentor, listen to them. Like, they did it. Like, they did your mistakes. Like, listen to them. So I listened. I paid the 50,000, and then the rest was history. Which just was like, now I'm able to get everybody the funding. And then we ran into a big problem where everybody had bad credit. So then we opened up the credit side of it, and it's like, all right, now we have clients who we fix their credit and then get them the funding.
You know, I met someone that was fixed credit, and at some point he became a scammer, bro. And I was like, oh hell no! But it makes sense. Like, if people are giving you their social and all that.
Oh, like an actual scammer?
Yeah, he became an actual scammer, bro.
He
And
was
I
at 50% off. Like, hey, get whatever
I
you
know,
want.
I don't know, bro. Like, I would just see this guy in mansion, and then one of my boys told me, like, hey, bro, you still mess with the homie? And I was like, oh, well, wasn't he like doing sales and all that? Like, nah, bro, he was doing credit repair, but he will scam you because he has all your information, your social, your whatever, and he'll just scam you, bro. So yeah, whatever. But I'm not saying that's your case, but it's just really scary, you know. You're like, what the hell? I'm gonna trust some guy with my social and my credits. You know?
No. That's a question we get all the time. Like, how do I know you can trust me? And I'm like, bro, look at my profile, bro. I'm spending all this money. I'm not gonna scam you.
I'm not gonna scam. Yeah. And then you want integrity. So how did you build the team though? Because I'm pretty sure you had to build a team for the Oasis Capital.
Yeah.
Right?
So one of my buddies, my good buddies, Chris, he started it with me. We leveraged his brother to get the 50K. So we did it together. We started together. He runs operations for the credit repair, and I run operations for the funding. So it's kind of like 2 different things right now.
So before we move, I want to ask you this because it's been in my head, bro. When you do business with someone like that, how does that conversation go? Because I know that you know David Scamilla too, right?
Yes.
He built a team. It's 3 of them, and they each have a skill set that serves a purpose, right? But what I've been wanting to do, I want to do something like that already next year. But I want to learn how to have this conversation, like, hey, we're gonna start the business with your money, but I'm running it and I'm doing everything. Like, how do you have this conversation? You know?
Well, first, like, you gotta like paint them the picture, paint the vision. First of all, it's like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and then you have to be like, these are realities. Like, this won't move forward without my like resources, my knowledge, and my vision. Like, yeah, you're coming in with the money, but like, nothing will move forward unless we're there. And like, this was my mentor telling me like, hey, my mentor, he knew the operations for this project that they had was Amazon, and he knew everything, and he only got 10%, and he still made millions. So he was like, make sure you tell him like, nothing will happen, nothing will move unless you do it. So make sure the split is not 50-50. Never start 50-50 because you don't come in with 50-50 because you got years of whatever the hell you did before that.
Yeah.
To get all the knowledge you have. You know, everybody has money.
Yeah.
Everybody has money, so you can get somebody else. But like your skill sets, how many people went through your life struggles, all the things that you went through? Like,
Not many.
Not many. So it's like you just gotta paint the picture, the vision, break it down, be like, hey, we just can't do 50-50.
So what, do you usually end up taking more? You take more, or he takes more?
Usually
the investor.
The investor always takes less. Always takes
for
less.
real?
Never 50-50.
Damn, I always thought it was 50-50.
No, that's because we're coming in from a mindset where like, oh, we need the money, you know? We
Yeah.
can't do anything because we need the money. But like, once you start looking at the things of like finance, everybody has money. Everybody has money. Like now, bro, I have like people who have credit listen to me. Like I'll still take investors. Like if you have great credit or you have a credit limit of 10,000 but you owe 8,000, 5,000, I'll pay that off. And as long as you let me leverage your 50,000, I'll pay that off and I'll pay you 10%. So like, let's say somebody owes $5,000.
Yeah.
I'll pay it off completely. I pay them 10% of the 50,000.
They're gonna give you.
So that's 5,000. So I just pay off their debt and I leverage their 50,000 for 1 year.
Damn.
So that's what? 10%. I pay them 10%.
5,000 again. They're gonna get 5,000.
Yeah, and I just pay them 10%. And that's something that I learned with a mentor. And before I would just give up everything. You know, I was giving
some gems, bro.
Oh,
My brain
that's
just went like this.
fire,
Boom,
bro.
I mean, when I was reading the book, the Patrick Badea one, at the end he says that like, sell the vision, get a group of bro. You want to raise capital. He was talking about raising capital, right? Like you said, there's people out there with money. I just didn't know how much to pay them back. But you know how you said that the other guy was telling you, why are you paying them so much money back when you were trying to run your first operation? That's kind of like what I would have done in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I want to give you as much money back as possible. But you see, it is true. Right now, you invest in the S&P and they guarantee you 7%, 8%. So why are you going to pay more than that?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend giving anybody more than, like if you really need the money, more than 30% in a year. More than 30% in a year. Hey,
And that's a lot already.
That is a lot.
There's
you know?
nowhere where you're going to get 30% back on your money.
Yeah, and, I mean, unless you get like a hard money loan, but then like,
Yeah.
those fools want their money in like 3 months.
Yeah, correct.
Because that's what happened to us when we got the front end work. We borrowed 30 or we borrowed 25. I paid back 52.
Dang, that was a lot.
Because the
Double.
package got stolen, so then I had to
Cut hair right there.
Cut
right
hair
there.
quick.
Yeah, like I just cut more hair.
100 haircuts and shit.
Yeah, for real, literally.
No,
Yeah.
but it's just like sell the vision and just be practical. But like, hey guys, like we're not gonna make money for a while because a lot of businesses you don't make money for a while.
For like the first 5 years.
Yeah, like hey, we're not gonna make money. We're still gonna be paying you out. So give it like we're gonna pay you a little bit. Just to
How
start.
many years does Oasis have live?
This is our first year.
It's our first year.
Yeah, so starting literally in January.
And you guys are based out of Orange County?
Based off Orange County. This has been for sure the best business I've ever had. The profit margins are insane. The cost is almost zero. Obviously, I paid $50,000 to start. I actually just paid $10,000 for someone to make our funnels. So like, it's our landing pages. So we have 2 landing pages, one for barbers and one for entrepreneurs. So when you land on the barber one, it's like, hey, learn how I use my credit to start up my barbershop without using any of my own money. And it's like, it's the business credit card and everything. And then the entrepreneur one is like, hey, I'll show you how you can get $50,000 to scale your business. So I hired these guys, and they're doing the landing pages, they're doing the email sequence, they're doing everything you need to do, like all those professional pages.
Yeah.
Like,
So you know it's crazy because I was building for my business in January. That's exactly what I want to do: a business funnel, landing page, and then you either redirect them to your product or you redirect them to a video. But I was gonna do that by myself.
Fuck no.
Nah, it's
Who's out of control?
not by myself, but I'll have my team and I'll take care of them. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. You know, because I've been noticing like, well, next year I haven't said it in the camera. I spoke to my team, but I'm doing a marketing agency next year. So basically, I want to do people's content for a month, 2 months, whatever. Marketing for 3 months. This is a prize, but we want to actually make the ads with intention, not just make content. Because I realize that there's content and then there's ads. Mm-hmm. What brings money to your business? The ads. The content does too, but the ads are targeted specifically to people, for people can buy your product. So a lot of barbers, a lot of businesses, they're not making ads. They're making content.
Yep.
And I feel like that's where like, oh, I already made 10 videos and I had no clients. Well, you're going to keep getting no clients with this content because you're not actually throwing an ad, pitching the offer, you know?
Yeah, because your organic content can only go so far. I mean, if you don't blow up, only the same people are seeing it all the time.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go viral, it's like, oh, just your fucking tío and your aunt and your
Yeah.
and your clients are seeing the video.
Ask them for money.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
They're probably tired of seeing you, bro.
Hey, have you seen the ones like, hey, ya viste, ¿cuántas vistas tiene mi video? 13. 13? Si ya lo miré 8 veces. And they got 13 views. But yeah, that's what, the funnel thing, that's really, really key to a lot of businesses.
Yeah, and honestly, we've been blessed to have everything organically, but I'm going to run out of resources. I'm running out of people that I know, you know? So I was like, you know what, let's throw this money in here, and 10,000, it was just 10,000 to start, and I'm still going to pay like 5,000 a month on ads.
On ads, right?
But it's like one client and we're back.
Yeah, correct.
It's just worth it.
How are you going about your ads then, now that we're talking about ads? How are you targeting specific audience? How are you structuring them? Even the video, like, I know I was seeing Ty Lopez, and he was talking about there's different ways of running ads on YouTube and on Facebook. On Facebook, people are seemingly scrolling, and you have the first 3 seconds, first 7 seconds to captivate their attention. But if you're on YouTube and you're running ads on YouTube, people are watching longer content, longer format videos on YouTube. So now you don't got the first 7 seconds. Now you have the first 30 seconds for a YouTube ad. So he was talking about that, and that just blew my mind too. So can you share a little bit too about your strategies on the ads?
So they've been doing everything for me. So like today they sent me, let me show you guys. They sent me this, and it's like copywriting. Do you guys know what copywriting is?
Yeah, a little bit. Explain to it.
So they do all your scripting. So all your scripts are what you post. So it's like another brain. So you don't have to do any of the thinking. They know exactly what you have to do, and you just do it. So they send me this in the morning,
Like a script.
Yeah.
Script.
So
Who's they? Who sent that to you?
the people I paid $10,000 for.
Oh, okay.
So they send me it, and I just have to do it.
And it's like a team of people or like an office of people working on your project?
It's a team of people. Like, so these people, I had a meeting with them. I had an onboarding call, and there's a specific role for everything.
But
so
is that like the marketing agency that I was talking about or no?
it is a marketing
basically
agency.
a marketing agency, right?
Bro, and I just paid them $10,000.
Okay.
Like, they're like, post all these this week.
Carousel 1, 5 minutes killing your funding. Slide 1, banks lied to you. Here's what they won't tell you. Damn. It's crazy because sometimes I'm like, I want to do a carousel. My brain I get brain fog, bro. I don't even know what to do anymore, bro. So slide 3, slide 4, So they give you the content. You just got to sit down and do it.
And make it.
Actually, and I don't even know. They just sent me that today. So I text them. I'm like, hey, are you guys making the post or am I making the post on Canva? And if they're making it, like, oh God, my money spent well.
Yeah. But even then, bro, if you really lock in with that information, you log in your laptop, 1 hour, you already did everything.
Yeah.
Instead of like 5 hours chilling there.
And that is to target the audience to get to your landing page or wherever, right?
Yeah. So that's
and is
like,
this all just on Instagram?
That's all just Instagram. So this is just like, oh, he's an authority in the space. He knows what he's talking about. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna save this. Oh, I'm gonna send it to my buddy. And that's just building. That's like nurturing your clients. Like,
it's like building trust with
you're
the client,
building
right?
trust. Yeah, like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Oh, this is informational. This is helpful. This is helpful. And then the other thing we're doing is a VSL and a webinar. So a VSL is a video sales letter. So like, you know how when you like get an ad and it's like people talking right there in front of the mic?
Yeah.
That's a VSL. So I'm doing that. I'm like, one of them's like, what's up, guys? Learn how I got my barbershop without using any of my own money. So that's one of them.
Hey, you're really good at those, bro. You're really good.
I do get that a
Bro,
lot.
Yeah, that's just fucking. funny when I see
I've been going
it.
through.
I was like, wait, how? Wait. You scroll back, like, did I miss something? Like,
No, you're really good at making the content.
Thank you. I do get that a lot.
So then that's why it's like me doing the podcast. I feel like I could train someone like that's shy and build them up to be comfortable into camera, and that's why more than like a marketing agency, it's like they're helping them grow as an individual, you know, because you just gotta get over that fear of being on camera, bro. And then if you do, once you get over that fear, and then the fear of other people's opinion, is game over. Like whatever you want to do in life, you're gonna go and accomplish it.
100%.
So then you were talking about the ads, the VSL, and that's what I was telling you about the content. Like to my understanding right now, the content is to build trust and credibility.
Yes.
For your brand, but it's rarely to sell.
Exactly.
Right? The ads, the VSL, that will be to sell, right?
Exactly. That's just like, hey, you already looked at our stuff. We sent you 30 emails. Like, hey, come and buy from us now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the ad, all the content is just nurture. Like, you're not gonna buy from a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I'm so young. I look like a little kid. Like, why the fuck am I gonna listen to this guy about money?
Yeah. Correct.
I gotta nurture everybody.
So you helped a lot of my barber circle that I know and that I associate with. So far you have helped them, like you helped Alex Cuts, some other barbers get the funding, right? Was one of the main problems when, other than the credit now, what's one of the other problems that you see when these barbers come and tell you like, hey, I want to open up my shop, I need $50K? What's one of the other problems that you see?
One of them, they have no credit.
No credit.
One of them is they have no credit, and then the second thing is the credit age. Just those two.
No credit age.
Yeah, so some of them have just not started their credit, and some of them need to wait a little bit longer before we start the credit. So I have my buddy Isaiah, and we got him $10,000, but he wants to get $50,000, but he has to wait like 6-7 more months before we can even try because his credit age is at 1.3 or something.
Okay.
So once it hits that 2 mark, we're ready to go. Let's get you 50,000.
Okay. I was asking that because my thing would be, let's say you do fund someone with $50K, right? But they don't have they haven't ran their business through like a bookkeeper. They don't have the statements, or they don't even know they're profitable or not, right? Like, my thing would be like, damn, what if I give this guy $50K and he just blows him? So that would be one of my concerns, right? So do you ever get that feeling with other barbers?
Yes. Because we don't go over we don't have to go over any financials like when you're getting funded. We don't ask for any collateral, any financial stuff, no bank statements, none of that stuff. So we don't even look at that stuff. But when barbers come to me and they're usually ready, you know, like they're like, oh, I want to open up my shop. They're usually already making like at least $6,000 a month. You know, some of them up to like the tens. But I don't think about it too much. Like I used to in the beginning. I'm like, oh, you know, I care too much. And my mentor was like, look, that's going to be the end of you. Because it's business at the end of the day. Like, if you're thinking for someone else.
Like, at the end, it's their responsibility,
yeah,
right?
it is their responsibility. I still try to help out.
And at the end of it, it's not really your money, right? You're getting it you're getting them the money from, like, a bank or some shit, right?
Yeah,
you're getting them
Chase.
approved to someone. It's not like you're fronting them the money, right?
Yeah, it's not my own money. It's Chase's money, and I'm just charging my consulting fee. Because I have relationships with the banker, so they can't get them out. They want to get going by themselves. So, like, when I first started, people would see my content. I'm like, I could do this myself, and then they'll get like denied, or they'll get 5,000, and they'll be like, oh, I'm ready to go. And I'll look at their stuff. I'm like, bro, you just got 5,000. He's like, I know. Can we get more? Like, no, bro, it's one shot. Like
one shot. Yeah, you already ran your credit.
You already ran your credit, and I'm like, that's why we charge what we charge.
So that's another factor. Like, if you try, let's just say somebody sees your video and they're like, oh shit, I could do it my own. Boom, they don't do it, and then they're like, hey, you know what? I want to sign up because literally they just got denied. Then you come up with that solution for them, or it's just like, no, you already ran it. You
if they got denied, it's good. If they got denied, it's good. We just remove the inquiry, and we're like, all right, let's try it again. If they got approved, it's over.
It's over for them.
You
gotta wait.
You got 5,000, and now it's gonna take you 2 years to get that 5,000 to 50,000.
Damn. So
that's why we charge. We charge 10%. So that's why we charge what we charge.
Okay. Because you already know, like you said, you have relationship.
It's a BRM, so a business relationship manager. So we have a guy that we send our applications directly to, and he's able to request 50,000 every single time. So as long as they meet the requirements, we send them to our BRM, and he's just request 50K and we're good to go. So we'll apply on Monday, get approved Thursday, and then in less than 2 weeks, they have the physical card in hand.
So what's the difference between the funding and then the credit card limit transfer? Because you could do that, right? You could transfer limits from a credit card to one credit card, and then that credit card will have like 60, 70. What's the difference between that?
The only difference is you can only do that you can do it on the business side, but most people just do it on the personal side. So like they'll just combine their $5,000 card with their $7,000 card, and now they have $12,000. And if that one had 0 interest, now they both have 0 interest, and it's not an inquiry.
Oh, okay. And so when do you recommend to do either or?
Honestly,
Would it be like to buy a house? Like you want to buy a house, you do on the personal side, kind of to get like a down payment?
and I would suggest doing the business, because if you do it on the personal, then your credit tanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always do everything on the business, because then if you use your personal credit, your credit's gonna tank.
But how can you buy a house under your name with the business credit? You can still do that?
Yes. So
Yeah.
we have clients who get the 50,000 and then they liquidate everything. So they turn that 50K into cash, and then they use that to go buy whatever. So we're actually, this is top secret, we're actually getting a Lamborghini next month.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's me, Isaiah, my buddy Isaiah, and then my camera guy Danny. So Danny just got his 50K. I still have some money from one of our cards. Isaiah, he's gonna use cash because he's still waiting for his 50K card. But we're gonna get, like, Danny's using his money to get the Lambo, and just like that, like with liquidation, now we have 50,000. Put it on the Lambo, and then we're gonna rent it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can use the money for like smart things, and it's just liquidating it. But like I always tell people, like if I could go back and I didn't have all these projects going on, I would just put it all in real estate. I'd get a mentor and just go in real estate.
Yeah. Now I feel like you fall in love. At some point you fall in love with the entrepreneur journey. Like you just can't be sitting down, because like even if you went to go buy the real estate, right, and you have these houses giving you money, you're like, damn, I'm bored, bro. Like
100%.
It's
Yeah,
like that.
you're
It's like that feeling of gambling.
Yeah.
Like you want to gamble with the money. Like you want to make more money in entrepreneurship. Like there's a lot of calculated risk that you're kind of not that afraid to go and play with your money, you know. So that's kind of how I feel like you will be, you know, after buying the property. Still.
Yeah, 100%. I'll still put it all back in. Like
On the
always,
business.
always. You never stop. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can get the card, liquidate it, get it in cash, and then that's when you start like, all right, if I need, like some people that they'll take credit card payments. So like whenever I pay my mentors, I'll charge it with my card, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
10K, 50K. Like when we bought the 50K mentorship through the credit card. But if you need hard cash, you can liquidate the card and then put it for whatever you need.
So Endy, does that 50K, once they fund you with 50K and you waste some of it and you pay back, does your limit go higher?
Yeah, your limit will go higher. So like we have some clients who use it and then don't pay it back until the last month. So
Because
like,
there's zero interest.
'cause
Until
there's
the
zero
last
interest.
month they pay everything back.
and then your credit goes up. And then we have clients who do like e-commerce, and these guys are spending money, bro. Like they're spending the whole 50 within 3 weeks, and then they're going again, and then they're like, we'll go and request a higher
pay-
limit. Yeah, so those guys, they're buying inventory, doubling up, and then in a month, 2 months, we'll ask for a raise, and they'll go up to like 75K, and then they'll keep going up because they're constantly spending it off and then paying it off. But we have a lot of clients who are like, I'm maxing it out, and then I'm waiting until the 11th month to pay it off, and
Yeah.
then they're only paying the minimum, $495, and it's like, all right, I would do the same thing, you know, like if I don't have to pay it now, I'm gonna keep doubling down in my business until it's making money.
Yeah. Is it only a 2 year? So you get those 50K, zero interest for 2 years or 1 year?
1 year, 12
1
months.
year, 12 months. Okay. You can get it for 2 years.
You cannot get it for 2 years.
okay.
You could. It's a little harder, but once you get it and then you pay it off, you could apply for another one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get more funding, zero interest.
Yeah.
But you have
So-
to pay off the last one before.
Okay. Hey, are you Latino?
Yeah.
You're Latino. What do you think will happen? Because I feel like this information, a lot of Latinos don't have access to it. So right now in my head, I was just like, what will happen, bro? The Latino community will not even come together. Just they knew about this information, and because I know a lot of Latinos who start construction companies, and they don't know where to pay their employees from, bro, because they wasted in all this material and it rained, so
Yeah.
they couldn't build. So now it's like I gotta pay 10 racks, but I don't got these 10 racks. But imagine you had a credit card limit, like their business will double up. I think it would easily triple up.
Easily. And I try to get clients like that. Some of these guys are fucking hard-headed.
Yeah, right.
Like, listen to me, man. I'll get you 50,000. Like, you can do 5 projects right now.
Yeah, correct.
You can do 5 projects right now, get that cash, and just sit it for payroll, and then just put everything on the card. Like,
Yeah,
listen to me, man.
yeah.
No sabes.
How hard is it to deal with the people that you're like, damn, this fool just doesn't want to listen to me. Like, he doesn't believe in me. Like, is that an urge that you get that it makes you like, dude, I gotta make this motherfucker believe in me, dude?
In the beginning, I'd be frustrated. I'm like, guys, this is free money. Like, especially with the ones that like, it would just make sense to get it. Like, yo, if you get this, I know for a fact you're already making money. You're limited in resources. Like, I know if you get this right now, you're gonna 3x your business. Those ones, bro, it just pisses me off. But I can't do anything about it. You know, like if they don't want to do it, I can't force them. And I'm not gonna change their mind. But now I'm just like, you know what? If you don't want it, you don't want it. Like, I'll go on to the next.
I just
client.
feel like it seems too good to be true to some people, and they're just like, nah, this is 50,000. Like, especially if you tell your parents are gonna be thinking you're trapping or it's a scam, you know, or something. But Andy, what would be the best point in the barber's career to get this funding for you? When's the perfect time?
I would say 2-3 years into your journey.
2-3 years.
Like, build yourself. Like, know for a fact that if anything ever happens, you could pay it off yourself. Like, make sure you're making at least, I don't know, what does an average barber make?
I think in California, bro, I think it's like 54 a year.
54?
Yeah.
So much is that a month? Like,
That's like probably like 4,000.
like 4,000?
Four-
Yeah, so
four-
you see, I'm out here thinking everybody cuts
4,500.
like,
No, but you know what? That's on paper. Every barber in California, on paper, they don't go more than 40,000.
okay, how much do you think like a barber right now makes a
Oh,
month?
they're
Like,
making
like-
70,
Yeah,
100.
70.
okay, so
100.
that's like so at least $6,000 a month for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once you're making at least $6,000 a month, I would say that's when you should probably get funding, because now you can get the funding. Don't use any of your own money. Open up your shop, and then if God forbid something happens, you can still pay it off with your barber money.
Yeah. You said that's what you're doing, right? You're opening a shop, but it's like more like I see it more like a headquarters, like a
It's a headquarters.
Yeah, right?
I could fit 15 chairs.
15 barber chairs?
I could fit 15 barber chairs. 7 in the main lobby, and one room is 2 barbers. Another room is 2 barbers, and then 6 like little studios by themselves. And then I still have 3 office spaces available for like Oasis Capital, and then 1 barber break room. So it's pretty big.
pretty big. Where are you getting that?
It's in
barber?
Irvine.
Oh, man, that's
Irvine.
huge.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
Why did you decide to choose Irvine?
Santa Ana? I love Santa Ana, guys, but there's like 80 barbershops. There's 80 barbershops. There's right there where I live, down Bristol. There's a shop every quarter mile, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Every quarter mile. And then
Okay.
in Irvine, there's 3 barbershops.
Damn.
And 2 of them just opened up. So me and my other buddy,
You know, yeah, that's dope.
yeah, Ray, Adrian, and Tapia, they just opened up another one too. And then the other one's my old boss, Robert. So 3 barbershops in Irvine. I think those are the only 3. So it's like,
You know,
let's
dominate
all
the
run
game
it up.
right
Yeah, let's
there.
run
You
it
know, go
up.
dominate. I was just seeing the post, and I keep up. I don't know if you know Ivan the Great. Do you know Ivan the Great?
The Texas one?
The Texas. Okay, but he was in Kansas, right? And he was already charging $100 in Kansas, and he did his research on Texas, and he said that Texas was like one of the richest cities. And same thing with like you. I think he went to a place where like barbering is not too saturated, and now he wants to go charge 200 right there.
Oh, yeah. You see?
So, but like Chris Bossy talks about that. Like that's why when you said 15 chairs, I was like, Bossy always tells you your first shop should be 14 chairs, minimum 14 chairs. He said, but go to an area where the income is high and the skill is under demand.
So yeah, we got
Yeah.
both of those in check. I think he has like does he have like a mentorship? or
Yeah, he has a
something?
6-figure
Yeah.
barber mentorship, and he has a pie accounting mentorship.
I seen another one. I'm always big on education, so I'm gonna get one for like my barbershop, like learn how to build my barbershop, scale my barbershop, so I can make sure I build a solid team. I'm
Yeah.
partnering up with David. He's gonna help me too, but
Okay.
I'm gonna look for some more like learning stuff, because
I think Bossy will be a good mentor for you, bro.
yeah, I see him like he's
You already have the idea though. That's gonna be a good barbershop, bro. In Irvine. I've been wanting to go too. Like right now, I have thoughts of opening mine too, but I want to find the perfect city, bro. I want to find a good city.
and the game is it's saturated. Like, I mean, I know people say no, saturation's not real, but guys, we all know like there's
Yeah.
way more barbers than there was before.
Yeah, at least where we're from though, even South Central itself, bro, is that like my thing would be like, honestly, if you're a barber and you want to open up a shop in South Central, bro, like I don't know, bro, like why would you want to go there? There's so many barbers. Like, dip 30 minutes up and you're already less saturated, you know?
Yeah,
Dip
it's
an hour
ridiculous.
up.
Like, I mean, I guess it's a good thing too because then we can get barbers. But like, competition is everywhere. You know, like
Yeah.
it waters down the pricing. This waters down the scales and everything. But as long as we grind it out, we're good, I guess.
Yeah. Where do you think the average price? What's gonna be the price that you guys charge at your shop?
I think
the one-
55.
55.
55, yeah.
Do you believe a haircut could be the next 2 years like average 80, 60? Do you see it going there?
I don't know about 80. 80 seems expensive.
80
Maybe
seems-
65.
65.
The average cut's about 45.
Like at a cap, like $65 solid charge for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go over 65.
Yeah.
For like an average barbershop where you just walk in. for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, okay. Because then you see these other barbers charging like 150.
Yeah, and those are all like the deluxe guys.
The deluxe guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are
How
crazy.
you feel about that, bro?
I don't know. I'm like in between about it. You know, I know a lot of them like they're killing it, and then I know a lot of them
Yeah.
who paid and didn't nothing happened. But it's like not everybody can charge $150. Like I feel like it's a niche that's supposed to stay small, and once like all these guys are trying to do it, like you can't all do it because then that's why some of them are moving on to coaching too.
Yeah. I get.
And then you can't all become coaches too, you know?
Yeah, then you all
Yeah, that's
become
true.
coaches. But I feel like honestly, when I was in college, I don't know if you know this guy named Brendan Burchard.
Brendan Bashar.
But he supposedly is like one of the pioneers of online coaching and like actually mentoring you. Like he had the systems, the classes, a daily journal. Like he started like a long time ago. And now I seen a lot of barbers jumping into that space, which is good, right? I feel like ultimately if you subscribing to the barber that like Bossio, right? Like David, that they have the work to back up their brand. I think ultimately it's really good for the industry, you know, because I didn't have a mentor growing up, you know, in the barber game when I was 14, 15, 16, 17. I didn't have any mentor. I would just look up to like A-Rod and Pacino's. But even then, like I didn't have access to like talk to them directly.
No, we had it with YouTube 360 Jeezy.
360. You know, surprisingly, I never watched 360.
Really? That's
didn't.
why I started watching 360.
And a lot of people did. And so, who are your mentors right now?
So
Or what space do you like do you dabble into?
So I have two mentors right now. So one of them's Manny. He's the one who was telling me about funding. He's the one who was pushing me. He's the one that paid $50,000. So he helps me with all the funding stuff, mental stuff too. And then I have another mentor. I have three mentors. So the other one is his partner Chris. He just opens up my eyes, the vision. And then my last one is his name's Tino. So he does wholesaling, real estate wholesaling. So we're not doing it yet. I wanted to do it, but I have the barbershop. So my girlfriend's actually gonna go and learn how to do that.
How you convinced her? Because I'm pretty sure girls want to chill, they want to do the nails, if you're able to convince the girl, be like, hey, go run your own business, shawty, like how both of us.
Well, she sees the vision, you know. She's like, she sees what's going on, and she's like scratching to do something too. So I'm like, you know what, you're gonna learn how to do wholesaling, and like that's what she's gonna have her own little office at the barbershop, and she's gonna learn how to do that, and we're gonna pay him, and we're really good friends, and those are my three mentors, the people I look up to. I like
Or who's someone that you're studying right now a lot like that? Like you hop on your car and you put a YouTube video or
Patrick B. Beverly.
Oh.
Systems, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm huge on systems right now. I feel like to scale, you need the systems. Like you need
Yeah.
everything to the T. So I'm.
You know what's crazy about those videos? You go and you learn systems, and he made them 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm barely learning about this, but he was preaching this years ago, bro. Like, he sold his systems to Albert Preciado for like $200K. So around there. He paid him every year for 4 years. And he just sold them systems, bro. Like, it's so basic information, but if you lock in these systems, that's basically what makes up a company, right? If the company could run it on itself through these systems and procedures and processes, like you could sell the business.
Exactly.
Once you get old, you'll be like, hey, I'll sell you this business that already makes 50 million a year. You know, Patrick Bet-David, I love Patrick Bet-David. I listen to her every day. How you feel about Hormozy? How you been listening?
I like
to
Hormozy. I listen to Hormozy. I listen to 100 million offers, 100 million leads.
I haven't listened to that one, but I listened to a podcast where he broke down $100 million offers.
Yeah,
That one was good.
it's pretty simple. You know, make an offer that nobody could say no to. You know, so irresistible that you just feel stupid saying no to.
Yeah.
I listen right now more to the 100 million leads because you know we got products to sell, so I want to get all these leads going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do listen to Hormozy a lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah,
I was listening to his content creation because he got really good. Bro, he wastes $5 million a month on content creation.
That's
That's
a
what he
lot.
said. Yeah, $5 million.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He's killing it. He's killing it. But his whole thing is like, if nobody knows you, then no one will buy from you. Like,
Exactly.
You need to be.
And that goes back to like why ads is better than content.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can only reach so many. If you're not blowing up, you're not gonna reach nobody. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the ads, you're reaching everybody.
Yeah. Correct.
So none of your mentors or the people that you look up to are barbers, right?
No, I don't have any barber mentors. Nothing. I used to say it all the time. Like, name me one barber that has a fucking Lambo.
Oh yeah.
And
That's crazy.
there is one. There is one.
I know who he is. It's Rican the barber.
Yes.
Rican the barber.
Bro, he's got like 5
he had like
cars.
5. You remember? I was showing? I took a
you
picture.
were showing.
I took a picture with him and
I do like him.
CT.
I follow him.
We were at CT,
I
and that's when you
respect
seen
him
him,
a lot.
right?
I respect that guy
Yeah.
a lot. I'm like, cause he shut me up. Cause I used to say, name me one barber who has a Lambo. Name me one barber who has a Lambo.
Hey, he obese. He just won the Man Physique of the year.
And then I saw him like, bro, this guy's like, he's just locked
He
in.
won, bro.
Yeah.
Like he went to like model the muscles, bro. He won. That's
He's locked in, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He's
I was like,
locked
bro,
in.
yeah, that
Hey,
body's
but
locked in.
I was seeing his booksy. He does. It said, "Congratulations on your 22,000th client." 22,000 clients.
You know what's funny?
That's the crazy thing, bro.
When did Booksy become a thing?
Like 5-6 years ago, no?
I think I was early to Booksy, but at the time I was cutting a lot. Like I was doing like 100 haircuts a week.
Damn.
I actually have this from
You saw
Booksy too.
that?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Well, you know, in college in 2018, they made me do a presentation. 2017, they present about an app, and I was like, "Damn, what app should I present?" And Booksy was like fresh, bro. So I was like, "Oh, I do barbering, so I'm gonna just present about Booksy." And I did Booksy for a presentation, bro.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What'd you talk about? Like just
I
like
just talked about how the app. It's like you're supposed to sell the app. So I was like, "Oh, you want to book your appointment 24/7? This is how you book it." Go back.
the most booked on Booksy.
Let me see. Go back. Oh,
I
most
did-
booked on Booksy. Damn.
Yeah, so I got that 2022.
Oh shit! In like the whole entire app.
Yeah, or like in this, I don't know what it was, but it was. I don't know if it
Damn.
was the app or like for the state, but I had gotten that. I tried to see if any of my other buddies had gotten it, and they hadn't. So I was like, oh shit. But I was doing like 100 haircuts a week, so I was like, oh maybe I'm a beast. So I always have
Yeah,
that first.
that's a lot. For 100 right now is a lot.
Yeah.
So why don't you want to do you want to do anything in the barber industry regarding business?
Yeah. So
Is there anything you want to do?
yeah, so I want every barber that comes out of my barbershop to end up being my business partner. So I want to make sure they're all touching $10,000 a month, and once they're touching $10,000 a month, we're partners. We're jumping into something together.
Yeah.
You stack up, and most of these guys like they're a little younger. They don't have any bills, anything. You know, like they could save up 20,000 in 3 months if they're grinding it out. You know.
Yeah.
Let's go and do a property together. Let's go get a car together. Let's go start a fleet together. Let's go do something. So that's what I want to do with the barber game. Any one of my barbers who is at the shop, we're gonna get you to 10,000, and then you're gonna end up being my business partner.
That's dope. That's kind of how Bossio started. I was watching a live, and he opened up his first barbershop with 14 barbers, and he was like, "How all these people have like money management problems? Like, so let me help them." And then he helped the first 14. He opened up a second shop. He helped the second a group of people. Then he like, "Damn, I already have 25 people. I already know how to do it. Let me just open it up to the public." You know. So that's kind of like what you want to do, right? Grab these barbers. Make them make 10K, but with systems already too, right?
Yeah.
And then once they make that money, become business partners.
Yeah, and that's why I'm partnering up with David too, because I don't want to be also like helping all these barbers. You know, like I gotta help myself with all these other businesses. So that's why David's jumping on, and I'm gonna pay him to help my barbers scale to 10K, and then once they're that, then I'll help them. But you know, David's better than me at systems, at barbering stuff. Like, I cut hair good. Yeah, I got work ethic, but he's the king of systems.
Yeah.
So, pay who knows.
Yeah. So yeah, because I've been thinking too what exactly I want to do with the barbering, but I'm always leaning more to like having something outside of barbering. I don't know why. Just like I do see the barber industry huge. It has a lot of potential, but then I see a lot of barbers who like don't want to invest in your product. Like
Everybody's egotistically.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, like
I don't know why. Do you agree? Like most barbers have a high level of ego.
they're just like, oh,
That's like the only
I'll do
industry.
my own thing. I'll do my own thing. I'll do my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I won't learn from him. Like I'm not gonna learn from him. I'm not gonna pay him no
Literally.
money to learn this. Like, and that's how we stay small.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw a meme and it said, imagine every industry started acting like the barber industry. You'll see the construction workers with like blinged out, with like Gucci and stuff. And everywhere they go, they'll be like, well, I'm not saying hi to that guy.
Yeah, some of these guys are dripped out. Like,
Yeah. Hey, so have you gone to a lot of barber expos, right?
a
Or
lot of
few?
what?
Barber expos?
Yeah, I've gone
Yeah?
to a few. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you like him?
They're cool. I mean, I feel like they're just cool to be there. Like there's a lot of people. I say what's up to everybody. I'm just there.
But you try to get your leads right there too?
Yeah, I try to get leads right there too, but it's hot. It's always hot. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not really there for like barbering. I'm there for like the other stuff. So
Yeah.
I just think they're cool.
Andy, what so far your career right now? I feel like you had a great career in these few years. What were the three biggest lessons that you could share with people that want to get into business, that want to get into entrepreneurship? Like we talked in the beginning, like you could lose 240,000, you could lose 50,000, and I remember this story about my dad. My dad, he bought some houses under a different. It's like back then when you used to come to LA.
I remember we were driving
yeah.
back from Vegas and you were telling us this.
and you get someone else's social.
Mhm.
So he bought houses like that. At the end, he lost them, but
He bought him under someone else's social.
yeah, like he bought the social. So, well, I guess it's something you could do back then.
Yeah.
And at some point, he said he owed 1.5 million, and my mom would be like, "No dormía." Like every night, he would just be in the edge of the bed, like just thinking, like,
And how am I gonna pay this
yeah.
back?
And then at the end, they told him like, "Well, you don't gotta pay. You don't really gotta pay because it's not your social, But imagine, I couldn't imagine like my dad was probably thinking of suicide or something, like
Yeah.
owing 1.5 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot. Now people want to get into business and they're afraid of losing the funds, and they're afraid of just losing them on investments. So share with us your three biggest lessons that you learned.
My three biggest business lessons. So one of them definitely has to be when I lost the 240. Like the reason I lost the 240 was because I was giving away too much money. So make sure you're not giving away too much money. I was giving away 8%, so that's 96% a year. So make sure you just know how to properly just have partnerships or investments. Just don't give out too much money, like how you were asking. It's never 50-50. It's never more than 30%. So that's a big thing. That's number one. And then number two, mentorships. Get a mentor. As fast as you can, get a mentor. Because a lot of people are hard-headed. I was hard-headed. Like, I probably could have been where I am now with less money spent 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if I took knowledge from someone else. And then
How do you find the adequate mentor for like an individual? What were like the steps that you went through? Because even me, I go on social media and I see all these gurus, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't trust this fool. And like, I went to this guy's event, I went to this guy, so it's still hard for me. I haven't gotten a mentor. I want to. It's just like, who am I gonna invest my money into?
and it's hard because like my first mentor, I've known him 3 years before I decided to have him as a mentor. Like it's a in the world of Instagram, you think everything's fake. You don't trust anybody. Like, does this guy really make 20K a month? Does
Yeah.
this guy really make 50K a month? You don't believe none of that shit. I think the biggest thing is like make sure you meet them in person. Make sure you hang out with them for a few times before you like
Do business with them.
you like jump on it. Like the Tino guy, I went out with him like 4 times before I was like, you know what, this guy's genuine. Like, make sure they're genuine. A lot of people can like they can like fake it, but like they can't fake it constantly,
Yeah, correct.
And then just the social proof, like make sure they're actually doing what you want to do. Like my mentor has a Lambo, the other one has a yacht. Like you can't fake that.
Yeah.
So make sure they're.
I forgot who said that. One day, like their mentor was like, "Oh, you really want me to mentor? Yeah, all right, come this day at this time, 6 a.m." And the guy pulled up and he's like, he doesn't even know what was gonna happen. And he's like, all right, you're gonna be with me all day. And he was with him all day, but he saw him like, go here, pick up this, pick up that. And he was like, damn, this guy's really doing it. Like he's really doing everything that you could tell, right? When like you said, hang out.
Yeah.
What was your third biggest lesson?
And then the third one is books, accounting. You got to get that in check, especially as a barber. You got to get that in check because your business could be failing and you're backing it up by your barber money, so you don't even realize your business is failing because you're spending your barber money, or you're putting in money from here to that. And if you're not tracking everything, you don't know what's losing and what's winning actually. Yeah. Like that would be like for sure one of my biggest things. Like
so get an accountant or read
get an
on
accountant or learn how to do it yourself. Because if that money's not being allocated the right way, like you don't know what's losing you money and what's making you money.
Yeah,
you're never gonna grow and you're never gonna get rid of the things that's eating you. And like if I had an accountant, I'd be like, hey, what
are some of the things that you can share with us that would be eating you, like what you said right now?
So let's say you're running ads, and you think the ads is doing an amazing job, and you're spending $5,000 a month on it, and in reality, everything's coming from organic content.
The actual ad is not giving you the return on the investment.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, the money's coming in, so you're not running books. You're not even noticing that you're spending that much money. Obviously, you're noticing, but you're like, oh, it doesn't matter because money's coming in. But if you were able to learn, like, hey, that's not making us money for 4 months, you would have saved fucking 4 times 5,000,
like 20,000,
like 20,000.
Yeah.
Or like when let's say 2 years ago when I was doing my sports betting stuff, I would lose something during the week, and I'd just be like, oh, I'll use my barber money to cover that, and then you don't know how many times you did that. Yeah. For the month. So like maybe you went in $3,000 that month for barbering. You put in some $3,000 with barber money and you didn't track it.
Yeah.
Like those little things add up.
Yeah, I was talking to my team at the shop, and I was telling them like sometimes barbers be like, oh, I make 1,500 a week. They think because they made it once and they think every week they're making the same amount. Mm-hmm. And then when if you really sit down, you be like, damn, this week I did 35 haircuts. Last week I did 23. But since you don't count your money, you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing good. I'm chilling. But in reality, your business been going up and down, up and down. You never really tracked it. But once you start tracking all that stuff, you're like, at least me now, I'll be like, okay, I'm only wasting $10 on the Red Bull and on the water, bro. That's it.
Yeah, once
I
you
gotta
start
bring my own lunch, you know.
Yeah, once you start tracking your numbers, I feel like you start making more because you start saving. You're like, oh, I know where my money's going.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I track every haircut, so I have I think I have in my notes
like a log.
Like a log. It's like Monday 1 2 3 4 5 6, Tuesday 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I'm tracking every single haircut, and then at the end of the month I'll do whatever I did for the month. I do it on my notes, and then I still do it on my journal. So yeah. I have a row for barbering. I have a row for Oasis Capital. I have a row for credit. I have a row for like whatever the hell is in there. And I'm just like, all right. Like last month, Oasis Capital was slow. And I'm like, all right, guys, whatever the fuck we did something wrong because it was slow.
Did you figure that little mistake out? What was it?
Yeah, so because last month we had our best month, September. We took home 14,000 because 25,000 got stuck into Stripe. So we would have
Stripe holds it.
Stripe is holding it. So we would have made 25 plus 14, 39,000. But Stripe is holding the 25 for 120 days.
Damn, I heard of that, bro. Like processing payment coming. I don't know.
Processing payments, like, oh, you're high risk.
You're high risk.
High risk. So we're gonna hold it to make sure. So
like basically letting the money clear, right?
Yeah, we're letting let this money sit for 120 days, and then we'll pay you out. So then that kind of got me mad, but like I was sad. So like we stopped posting for like 2 weeks or something.
Damn.
That's where it fucking went down.
That's where it went down, bro.
So feeling salty about it.
Hey, but then how because there's days, bro, there's weeks where that's so tough, bro, and I don't even want to do anything. But what would you suggest? How do you keep yourself afloat? How you keep the energy up, the mindset?
You gotta pre-plan the day. Like even if you don't want to do something, like you already pre-planned it, go check it off. Once you check it off, you feel great again.
Yeah.
You got to
yeah.
pre-plan the day.
No matter how you're feeling.
No matter how you're feeling, because if you already have a plan, you can half-ass it. You can feel shitty about yourself, but if you fucking check it out, at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, all right,
Yeah.
I did everything I had to do, and I feel good. And I can still feel like shit at the end of the day, but I did everything. You
Yeah.
know, you got to pre-plan everything.
Hell
So
yeah.
I had a question for you, bro. I actually was thinking about this, and you mentioned 3 mentors, right? Are these just like financial mentors that you have, or you kind of go with them with your heart in your hand and like, hey, look, this was going on with me. I felt like this is not working out for me because I'm going through these type of emotions. Or
Honestly,
'cause I know you mentioned that one of them is like even your mental health mentor or something like that. How important is that for you as you follow your entrepreneurship journey, bro?
Yeah, so a lot of them are financial ones, but I do go a little deeper with one of them just because, you know, like we're messing with so much money. You know, like so many things are happening that you feel a certain way. Sometimes you're like, fuck, I gotta pay. Like when Stripe went down, we were supposed to make 25,000. We had plans to spend that money already, and we did spend that money because we had those plans, and that money didn't come back in. So where does that money come from?
Yeah.
You gotta figure that shit out. You're
Yeah.
feeling like you're dead. You're like in your head. You're like,
You're there for an hour.
like what the how am I gonna fucking come up with this money? But when you like, I have somebody to talk to who's gone through stuff like that, and he's like,
And
you know what, just take a breath, like work it out, and like go at the problem like in a different angle or something.
Yeah.
But like, it's just good to have someone to talk to like that.
Yeah, correct. Because you need someone to be straight up with the money. Because like on the way over here, I was saying to my wife, and I was telling her about this opportunity that I got from a barber, and I was telling her like, damn, but I'm wasting this much on the podcast, and she was like, for real, you waste that much? I'm like, yeah. She was like, no way. And I figured like, damn, I never tell her. I just tell her, oh, I gotta pay this and that, but they never know the exact numbers. But imagine you had someone to talk to where you could really tell them like, hey, bro, like,
Hey, bro, I spent this
I
much
spent
money.
this much money, and I still need this much money by the 3rd. And if I don't get it, like you have someone to talk to, and those terms, bro, I think it alleviates the stress. It gives you hope because
Yeah.
probably they went through it already. They give you the resources. They give you the exit door, and you're like, all right, you know, you feel more calm, more tranquility in you.
Yeah, versus just keeping it to yourself, and you're like, oh fuck.
But don't you? I mean, you have a partner, right?
Yeah,
So like you would think that you'll be able to have those type of conversations with your partner, right? But a lot of us don't for whatever reasons that we may personally have, right? Because you know you don't want to hear it because you know no te gusta que te digan tus verdades, like stuff like that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So sometimes it's great to have like that mentor that where it's just like no strings attached. Like here, look, like this is my raw image of like this was really going on. You know, like I've never disclosed this to anyone, but here I am now. Like I need your help, bro. Like what's up? Like point me in the right direction. I can get out this fucking chokehold. You know.
100%. You definitely need that because as much like we don't tell our girls everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like, hey, babe, I'm down $30,000.
Yeah.
You know?
hey, you probably tell, hey, I owe $30,000. They'll be like, can we get Korean barbecue? You're like, what? Did he just hear me, bro? We're 30,000.
No, literally, yeah. It's like he hit it right. You hit it right on the spot, bro. It's good to have mentors like that where you're that close where you can really like talk to them like that.
Hey, Andy, well, thank you so much for being with us, bro, today in our first episode of season 2. I always wanted to do this because I actually wanted to shift more. I've been telling you, I want to shift more into entrepreneurship for the average listener, not just barbers. We want to go broader now. We started with barbers, but now we want to share information with all the viewers that are watching us. And I think today's it set the foundation of what season 2 is going to be about. We want to talk about real stuff, real life, real business, you know. So thank you for being with us today. Good luck on all the ventures that you have, bro, on Oasis. I told you the first time I met you, like you remind me of Bossio, bro.
I remember.
Like young Bossio, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're doing a great job. I love the ideas. I love the hustle, the entrepreneurship mindset that you have going on. And we'll pass it up to Kale for you could close it up.
That's right, Endy, man. Like, I want to say thanks to Diego actually for putting me onto you. You know, he was telling me about you, shared the page and stuff like that. I started following you and just kind of was going over like your whole Instagram last night and stuff. And I was like, fuck, dude, like we're really gonna have someone like that here at the cast. We can, you know, sponge everything that he's saying and, you know, put it to work. And, you know, it really interests me, like the programs that you got going on and stuff like that. So I'll probably talk to you on the side about that to try to get, you know, myself involved in something like that as well. Because I know I talked to Diego a lot about, you know, like choosing a mentor, choosing the right mentor and stuff like that. But I think you're on the path to success, and, you know, congratulations on everything you got going on, the new barbershop and stuff like that. But I do got a question for you. A Dodger fan, bro?
Yeah, I am a Dodgers fan. We're gonna close them out today.
All right.
Hey,
I wanted to
let's
keep that in the record, man,
go.
because we're in the World Series and we're up 3-0. And, man, I'm excited for tonight's game, and I hope we take that dub so we can all celebrate as Dodger fans here, man. But thank you so much, Endy, for being here at the DTB podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, man. And congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you, Andy. Can you just share your socials on the camera? Tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me at EndyFades, ENDYFADEZZZ, 3 Z's. And then right there, you guys can just see everything. My LinkedIn, all my pages right there. So shout out to DTB. Shout out to the boys. Guys, listen to them. Watch this. I've been watching you guys since the first episode, so I'm really happy.
Yeah, thank you.
I told my mentor, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be on this podcast. I like this.
Yeah,
I like this.
yeah.
And here we are. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys watch it. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Let's
brother.
go.
Good luck. God bless.
William, do I got to call out